Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Bobby W223 here. Oh, text message. It's my first time ever trying Share Factory, just kind of messing around on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. 15 gaming questions. Shout outs to Mr. Official, the big homie. He shouted me out a while ago. I'm just now kind of getting to this. It's super busy, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into these questions now. All right, first question. How old were you when you first started playing video games? I was either 4 or 5 years old the first time I ever played a video game. It was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I played it at my cousin's house. Shout out to my cousin Marcus. Yeah, he had all the game systems. He had Super Nintendos and Sega Genesis. This was mid '90s. I'm 24, about to be 25 now. This was like 1994. So yeah, I was 4 years old, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, first game I ever played. Never really knew what a video game was before this. I don't even know if I knew what Mario was at this point. Like I said, I was 4 years old. That game blew my mind. You know, it was fast paced. You know, colorful. It was, you know, Sonic, first, you know, 2 or 3 Sonic games are still, in my opinion, some of the best platformers out there, and that game just blew my mind. And yeah, ever since then, I loved gaming. I always wanted to play it. I was 4 years old. Sonic the Hedgehog, first game ever played. I know that wasn't part of the question, but yeah. What is it about video games that you love? Like I said, I've been playing them for 20 plus years now. I just love how you can get lost in them, and for me, it's a form of relaxation after you've had a long day of work, or you know, whatever kind of stresses that you may have in your life. You know, video games kind of help me to unwind. Even though sometimes some games can be frustrating, like for example Bloodborne, you know you die a million times in that game, you might get kind of you know, pissed off. But for the most part, for me, it's relaxation, it's entertainment. In my opinion, it's one of, if not the best mediums out there. You know, I'm a big fan of movies. I love music. I feel like video games is the main medium that can encompass all of that. You know, you got video games with great soundtracks, like, you know, the Final Fantasy games, or like Transistor or something like that, you know. But then, you know, you got a lot of games, especially nowadays, with great cinematic quality, like The Last of Us or something like that. But you can interact in a way that you can't with the movie, or, you know, a song or an album. You know, that's more, you're just kind of sitting back and letting the movie or the you know, music just play out, and you just kind of sit there and receive, where, you know, you kind of give back feedback in a game. So I think it's just something really special about that. Question number 3: can violent and graphic video games be a bad influence on people? The short answer to that, in my opinion, is no. The long answer is possibly, but I don't look at it as video games fault. This is the same way I don't look at, you know, violent movies or explicit you know, lyrics and songs as a bad thing. I think it all comes down to the person. I think any person who uses a video game, you know, a excuse to go out and steal cars like they're in GTA or something like that, they already, in my opinion, this is no offense to my personally, it's just my opinion, they already have some kind of mental problem. They need help regardless of that. Because think about this. Think of people like Genghis Khan or Hitler or any, you know, I guess historical bad guy. You know, they were around before video games. You know, Hitler, that was, you know, 1940s. Genghis Khan, I was way before that. There was no video games back then. Those are some of the, you know, worst people of history, of, you know, of all time. You know what I mean? So clearly, video games, in my opinion, do not invoke violence. That's something that is more of a mental or a social problem in our society, or just, you know, other cultures and things like that. But I can go up on a whole other topic. I'll keep it in gaming. So overall, my answer to that is no. PC or console? I'm a console guy. None against PCs. Honestly, I do know that PC gaming is superior. I am one of the console people that understands that. I'm not going to sit here and be delusional and say, oh, well, you know, console gaming is 100% superior. Honestly, it's just more of a comfort zone for me. I'm sure in the future I will probably game on PC as well as console, but I've always loved console exclusives, whether it's Nintendo, PlayStation, Sega back in the day, or even Xbox. I love the Halo, the Gears games, and things like that. And for the most part, you can't play all these games on PC. You can't play really any Nintendo exclusives legally on PC. Most PlayStation exclusives aren't on PC, etc., etc. I know Xbox is a little different, but even still, if you want to play every Xbox exclusive, without, other means, you need an Xbox, So overall, I'm more of a console gamer, but, I understand that PC does give you the overall best experience. Where we at? Number 5. Do you watch Let's Players on YouTube? If so, who? I do watch Let's Plays. I don't really watch anybody in particular, but I've always been subscribed to BG, for example. He's one of the first YouTubers in this community that I started watching, so I'll use him as an example of somebody I watch for his Let's Plays. But otherwise, usually I'll just go on Twitch and just kind of, just watch random YouTubers. I like sometimes just, discovering new YouTubers when it comes to Let's Plays, whether it's YouTube or Twitch. Usually I just kind of go by the game. If it's a game that I'm interested in, I'll just go, like I said, on YouTube or Twitch or things like that, and just kind of watch people. Trying to think who else. What's her name? Oh man, there's a few other people, but yeah, like BG is probably like one of the main, I guess, people I can think of right now, off the top of my head. Also, Eric Cuts for the Win. I know she's done some Let's Plays before. Emma EX Games. I think that's how you say your YouTube. I'm over here failing right now, but I watch a lot of people. So yeah. Number 6. If you watch Let's Plays, do you have a favorite? Like I said, I don't really have a particular favorite. I mostly just go by whatever games I'm interested in. I'll just kind of watch anybody. Number 8. Are you an old school gamer, or do you like getting into new? A little bit of both. Some of, if not all of my favorite consoles are old school, and to me, old school is like Dreamcast on back. Dreamcast in particular is one of my favorite consoles. I'm sure that's probably another one of the questions on here, but I start off with Sega Genesis, original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, PlayStation. So those, as far as just nostalgia and just kind of, they have a special place in my heart. So I guess you could say I'm an old school gamer, but I love the new games. I love seeing where games are evolving. As far as the good games, the gaming industry has been getting kind of funky lately, but overall, I'm a little bit of both. Like I got a PS4, I got a Wii U, things like that. I got a PS3, all that stuff. Used to have a 360. So I play a little bit of everything. But I guess if I had to pick, I'd probably go with old school. Nintendo or Sega. As much as I want to say Nintendo, I'm going to go with Sega. Because like I said, I love the Dreamcast. Sega Genesis was the first console I ever gamed on. I'm not a huge fan of Saturn. I loved the 64 back in the day. That was probably my favorite console. It's probably by a tie between the PS1 and the 64, but Sega Saturn wasn't a big fan of. The Sega Master System was pretty cool, but Sega Genesis and Dreamcast are pretty much my two favorite consoles, so I kind of want to go with Sega. And Nintendo has been kind of messing up lately too, but that's a close one though. Number 10, favorite and least favorite video game character. I don't know if I have a least favorite. My favorite character is probably Nathan Drake, just because I think as a guy, he's very relatable just as an everyday guy, but at the same time, the things that he goes through in those games are things I can never do. So it's kind of like me living through him by playing these games, but as far as his personality and things like that, it's kind of like, oh, like, I can relate to that. I can see myself, just at a bar shooting the shit with somebody like Drake. Like he's probably one of my favorite characters, at least right now. Least favorite character, I don't know if I really, I don't think I really do, honestly. I'm a cop out on it. Number 11, are you a Let's Player, and if yes, what influenced you to do so? If not, you would consider. I have done some like stuff on Twitch, just kind of messing around, but I'm not really big into Let's Play. That's not really my thing. As you can see by my Rayman gameplay, I'm just kind of screwing around in here. I'm not, some super deep gamer, like technical and like that. I just kind of play games more for fun. So that's not really something that I really consider to do like full time. Favorite video game soundtrack? Oh man, I'm gonna either go with Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 10. As far as newer games, I'm going to give a shout out to Transistor. I love the music in that. I love that. It's kind of like a jazzy-ish kind of thing. I love that. But overall, I either got to go with Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy 10. 13. Any game recommendations? I've been saying Transistor about a million times. So for those of you that have a PS4. I believe it's on the PC. I don't know if it's on Xbox One or anything like that, but whatever console that you can pick it up on, if you haven't played it yet, definitely pick it up. I think it's only going like $10 now or something like that. I got it when it was on sale for like $7 or $8, but it's short, but it's a good game. It has a New Game Plus, so you can go back and play it again and keep your same level and unlock more moves and stuff like that. It's a really cool game. Like I said, it's got a good soundtrack. Number 14, if you could be a character in any game, who'd you choose and why? Probably Drake, just because I was talking about him earlier. At least, maybe not, I don't know if I would want to live in the Uncharted world, but as far as being somebody, maybe Nathan Drake, just because, I mean, y'all see the women that he gets, you know, and yeah, he's a cool guy, so maybe somebody like that. I can't really think of any black characters off the top of my head that I really want to be. I mean, there's not really a lot of black main characters outside of sports and GTA. So yeah, I'd probably go with Drake. And then who do you tag? Who am I going to tag? Let me see. Let's see who I want to tag. I don't see the things. I don't even know who's all done this. I'm so late to this, but I'm gonna tag. Hey Jare, I always mispronounce your name, but I'll put the link in the description to her channel. I'm gonna tag her, and let me do one more person. And I think everybody I know has probably done this already. I'm gonna tag Eric Cuts for the win. I don't know if anybody's tagged it, so I'm gonna tag both of them up in there. They're really cool YouTubers. And yeah, so that is my video. I know that was kind of boring, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I know I haven't made videos in forever. I'm super rusty at this. I know I said like in my last video I'm really tired, so sorry on a lot of enthusiasm in my voice, but there you go. Shout out again Mr. Official. I'll put his link in the description as well. Check out our website, bcactionmr.com. Put that link in the description as well, and hope you guys have a good weekend. It's your boy Bobby W223, and peace.